This is a quick tutorial on how to add, remove, and move around icons on the taskbar. When their computers were updated over the summer, you noticed that all these icons were here for programs that we're not supposed to use. So I'm going to show you how to get rid of those and how to add the ones we should be using here. This is Internet Edge. This is a good backup browser, but it's not the one they recommend that we use. So if you right-click on your mouse, right-click always opens up Options, and then you select with the left mouse button. So Unpin from Taskbar. Do that and it disappears. Do the same thing with the Microsoft Store. Right-click and then left-click Unpin from Taskbar. And this mail program, right-click and Unpin from Taskbar. And you can do that for anything. This last one here is the program that I'm using to record this, so I can't delete that one right now. To add programs, if you have it on your desktop over here, like Google Chrome, which is the one that GCS recommends we use for our browser, you can right-click and then Pin to Taskbar. And there it is. There's other ways to access it. If you click the Windows button here and just start typing Chrome, it'll appear here, and you can right-click and Pin to Taskbar there as well. NC Ed Cloud, as you see, comes up. You can right-click that and Pin to Taskbar that way. You also would use Outlook instead of the mail program, so I just start typing in Outlook, right-click, Pin to Taskbar. And if you have any other programs that you like to use, you can find them by clicking the Windows button here and just start typing. Or if you find them, there is one extra step. So if you want to find Microsoft Word, for instance, scroll down until we find Word. Here. So if you right-click Word, it opens up other things here. You click on More and then Pin to Taskbar, and that's one I use a lot. Now, after you have your icons down here, if you don't like the arrangement of them, you can just click and drag and hold them and move them and put them in whatever order you want to, and put them like you like them in the way you do. A couple other interesting things you can do. Let's say you open up Microsoft Word. Let's say I also want PowerPoint. I'll just click on that. And if I have two programs open and I want to be able to see both of them or toggle between them, I can click anywhere up in this title bar and hold and drag. And if I drag it all the way to the right so that my cursor hits the right side of the screen, you'll see how it pops open and covers half. And then it'll ask me which items over here I want to cover the other half of the screen. Click on it and there it is. You can also do this with more than one thing. So if I want to open up another one of these, open up Chrome, whatever, then I can drag one to the corner and it opens up a quarter of it. Drag it down to this corner and I can have more than one at a time. And if I want to fill the entire screen, drag it to the top, and it fills up. Again, if you drag it to the right, it'll often got all these things in the way, too many things. Drag it to the right, and it'll open up the other things and ask you which one you want to be the other half. Let's say you've got a whole bunch of copies of Word documents open. You've got all this stuff in the way, you've got too many things. It's going to take you forever to close all this or minimize it. If you take your cursor and move it down to the very bottom right, you'll see this little line here. Push it all the way off the screen and click, and it minimizes everything. They're still there, they're just minimized. Many of you also have your computers hooked up to projectors, and sometimes the projector screen doesn't look the same as your desktop screen, especially after power outages or updates. So I'm going to show you what to do with those. And this is good for whichever way you want to do it. So you right-click in the middle of your desktop here and go to Display Settings. Click that. And you see here we have two different icons to show that Screen 1 and Screen 2. You can actually identify them. And what comes up here is Screen 1, and what comes up on your projector would be Screen 2. If you want to switch that around, you can, however you want to do it. But this is showing that part of your monitor, part of what you're seeing on the screen is on the desktop, and part of what you're seeing is on your projector. And some of you may have the issue of what you're seeing on the screen is not showing up. You're like, what's going on? So you scroll down here where it says multiple displays. Then you click that. If you click on duplicate these displays, you'll say keep the changes. And then you'll want to change the resolution back up to the highest recommended setting here and keep the changes. When you do that, it's showing the same thing on both screens. So 1 and 2, that's your desktop screen and your projector, will be showing the same thing. You can identify them here. If by chance you wanted to use your screens separate, like if you had your teacher logged in computer and you didn't want your email to pop up while your kids are watching Discovery Education, you can scroll down and make that say extend these displays. Keep the changes. And now you've got screen 1 and screen 2. And what you'll do is you'll take whatever it is you're watching. Let's say it's a browser here. You wanted to see the Principal and Teacher of the Year. You'll just take it and drag it until it's off the screen, and it will appear on the other screen. Actually, they're this way. So you just take it and drag it until it's on to the other side of the screen. And that's how it works. So let's say you have some tabs open in your browser, and you accidentally click on one to close it, and you're like, oh no, I needed that. I didn't want to close that. There's an easy way to get tabs back open that you've closed. You hold in your Control and Shift keys on your keyboard and press T, and it'll reopen that tab. That has saved me more than once. One other concern that has come up is that sound is not coming out very loud where it may have come out of the speakers much louder in the past. With the sound bar we have below the monitor, the sound may not be quite as loud as other external speakers, but I'll show you how to adjust the volume on the sound. So down here in the bottom right, you see there's an icon that says speakers. You can click on that, and you can scroll up and down to make it louder. There it is. You can also turn the wheel on the monitor, which you can't see my finger doing, but you can see the result of it. Underneath the monitor on the soundbar, there's a wheel you can scroll up and down. That's two ways to do it. You can also adjust by clicking here, and then the speaker button here for Dell Audio. And this is a way that you can adjust the speakers too. You can plug in headphones in the front of the computer underneath the DVD drive. You can plug them in on the left side of the soundbar or in the back of the computer, matching the icons. So each one of those, though, make sure that the plug goes in and clicks, or you won't have a very good connection.